If resting makes you feel guilty and working feels impossible, this video might explain more about your life than you're comfortable admitting. You're probably not lazy. Most people think they are. I'm definitely one of them. I used to think the same thing about myself constantly. I'd wake up already feeling way behind on the day before it even started. Like I was already failing some type of invincible standard that I was just holding myself up to. I knew what I should be doing, and that somehow made it worse. The guilt showed up immediately, so I made the same deal with myself every time. I'll start it tomorrow. I'll start after this weekend. I'll start next week. On this certain day, I'll start. Tomorrow came, that day came, that time would show up, and nothing changed. And then the guilt came back way heavier. And that cycle repeated itself so often that eventually I stopped questioning it and just assumed something was wrong with me. But there wasn't. It wasn't laziness. It was just I was burnt out. Most people think burnout means working nonstop until you crash, but burnout is usually quieter than that. Burnout is thinking all the time, nonstop, running mental checklists you never finish, carrying tasks in your head instead of completing them. It's knowing what needs to be done and still feeling frozen. Over time, that mental weight just gets extremely heavy. So heavy that small things feel absolutely massive. Answering one message feels exhausting. Starting one task just feels overwhelming. And even things you used to feel like chores, it's rough. That's when you're just staring at a screen sometimes, telling yourself to just start, and somehow you can't. You just stare at it. And when that happens, most people just jump to the same and only conclusion: I'm lazy. But laziness doesn't feel like this. Lazy doesn't feel guilty. Lazy doesn't feel stressed. Lazy doesn't lie awake thinking about everything they should be doing or what you should be doing. If you care about your progress and if you really want to improve, if the pressure bothers you that much, you're not lazy. You're just overwhelmed. And honestly, this isn't surprising. See, we live in a world where your attention is constantly under attack. Think about it. What are you watching this on right now? You open your phone and immediately see people making more money, moving faster, getting better results. People are doing this, people are doing that. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the time. And not the full story, just the highlight of that reel or that video. And even if you tell yourself you don't compare, your brain still does. That comparison quietly drains your energy. It creates a background feeling that you're behind, that you're late, that you should be doing more. And when that pressure stacks for long enough, your brain switches into protection mode. It slows you down, avoids discomfort, delays action, not because you don't care, but because caring has started to cost too much energy. And that's burnout. Here's where most people make it worse. They try to fix burnout with more pressure. They tell themselves they need to lock in, be stricter, more disciplined, more productive. David Goggins moment, you know? They push harder, but pushing harder while exhausted doesn't build momentum. It just drains you. I mean, you're going to push that hard and you've barely even started. That's like trying to sprint when you just recovered from the last race. The harder you push, the heavier everything feels. Burnout isn't healed by intensity. It's healed by consistency without pressure. Not big changes. Not turning your life around overnight. Winning the lottery, something like that. Small wins. One thing done on purpose. Even just 10 minutes. Even just 2 minutes. Getting up when you said you would. Finishing one task you've been avoiding. Showing up imperfectly, but honestly. And that's honestly enough. Because momentum doesn't come from motivation. It comes from proof. Proof that you can act. Even when you don't feel ready. And little by little, energy starts to return. Not all at once, but just enough. Enough to remind you that you're not broken. It's discipline. You're not stuck. You're tired. And being tired doesn't mean you're failing. It means you've been carrying too much for too long. So if this video felt uncomfortably accurate and You've been frustrated with yourself, even if you feel behind, no matter how hard you think. Hear this clearly. You're not lazy, you're burnt out. And burnout is something you can recover from. And you're going to get through this.